Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on the wrestling review of the annual. I'm gonna talk to you about why I think Dominik Mysterio gaining the IC title is the correct decision. But bit of housekeeping before I start. I was actually gonna do my NXT Gold Hush Part review, but the time has since passed for that, so let's move on to something a bit more current, and it's old now, so I don't think there'd be too much interest in it. But guys, the reason why I think that this is the this is the correct decision is although we have organs but and everything seems rosy and the garden, she's teaming up with or Oxan Perez and Rick Eldridge he gets at the end of the or Dominic Mysterio in his own right. Him and Finn Balor have been coming to Bill was as of and I think that will eventually lead to a WrestleMania match, and it have Finn Balor or take the ICE title from Dominic Mysterio because a while since it's been a while since we saw Finn Balor or if any kind of singles um championships. I know he's had a couple of tag team title reigns, or a reign with Damien Priest and a couple of three Demon Honor, but him. I'd like to see him at will least have another run with a singles title. Now I know people like Solomon on the or sounds of etc. have proposed like a Judgment Day civil or tag team contest, but I'd rather kinda split that off into two sort of matches. You could maybe have the Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor on the second night and have like Organ and Perez on the first night to pad out the card because there's usually seven matches on each night um since the sort of divvied up sort of form and I think that would be a good way to go because it give Roxanne experience and a single environment for WrestleMania, but I also think as well having having somebody of stature, but I think it would be more ideal or her to have a singles match and so essentially essentially you could have maybe one or two outcomes. You could have Roxanne you will have, or you have tons is and or oxan you could have either for an issue wouldn't hurt either wouldn't hurt either a form or and it would just give I would just give off a breath or opportunity to showcase themselves again and especially having of in a singles match because she was doing the tags off her ages till she got injured. And her Oxan's done the tag stuff with Rodriguez for the past few months, and yeah, you could have him Rodriguez is on the outside and put as his on or etc. Um, and yeah, that would take either that, but also in terms of the Van Bauer Dominik side of things, you you, you could have you could have Van Bauer or come back as the in character and overcome the Dominic Mysterio's shenanigans because Van Bauer is not getting any younger, to be honest. He's in the same age bracket as the likes of ages youth, etc. He's not going to have any opportunity to capture singles gold again, and I think maybe having him be the one to beat the Dominic is a perfect idea because they've already sown the seeds and they've already sown the seeds for attention, and I think that would be a good that would be a good sort of direction to end the Judgment Day on because the Judgment Day has existed in various incarnations since 2020 since um the since WrestleMania 38 that was the beginning of the faction in Edge is the original is the original or was the faction you or and then you get act out and then you get act out with like a couple of months later and yeah and we all know this story but yeah but you know what I think that would be a good sort of send off because Dominic is for the Judgment. Yeah, because I think Dominic Mysterio is now doing his King of the Luchadors stuff and heavily involved in the Triple A sort of crossover. I know Finn Balor has had his involvement in Triple A as but in terms of Dominic Mysterio, he's kind of doing his own sort of arrangements with Elgra and Ericano and awesome Ericano. So he's kind of doing his own. He's kind of doing his own side projects and side quests. So I think keeping him as the heel is important because I think he suits the heel role. I think he suits the heel role perfectly. Eh, um, as he's just a master of getting heat in your him, and you want to see and you want to see his shite get his ass kicked every week. And I think that would be a perfect. I think that would be a sort of perfect way to kind of cool off the judgment. Eh, um, except Trotter would also be the perfect excuse to see Eamon Van Baal again, because I like the Eamon and I like the Eamon persona, and and it gives Van Baal, I would give Van Baal the chance to have his own to have his old um to have his old team act on a more permanent basis. I know we had it for the NXT show for Florida Uni, but yeah, it was the time to actually see the demon again. I don't know, guys. I'm just spitballing ideas, but let me know your thoughts in the comments section. But um, I'll add this one hell just before I end. You know that the title then was going to end. I've seen at some point as he's retiring anyway. So yeah, yeah, I was done a sort of token jest to Cena have the Grand Slam and capture the belt that he had never captured in his career. And as I said, it would look a bit strange if he didn't hold the IC belt. So yeah, so have a bit of perspective on this, guys, and calm down. And it's not as though or leads in the IC Championship because he's far outgrown and I think he'll be in the tournament final. So yeah, have a bit of common sense, guys, because it's not as though Gunther needs the IC belt anytime soon because he is formal in that in event position, but it's also a bit too early that he can have the world title. He's just had it taken off him at so it's too early to hand him a title to hand them a title and you need to start building them back up. And I think this is a good um I think this is a good sort of strategy because he's already he retired gold player. So having him retired on Ina as the next logical step because he's not going to have a world championship anytime soon. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon.